Deftones, RX Queen, Standard Tuning Method, Guitar Tabs and Guitar Lesson. I'll play all the different sections right at the beginning here. After that, I'll go back through, give some full explanation, all the details. Before we jump in, please hit that subscription button. It's the best way of letting me know that you like this video and you want to see more Deftones stuff like it. And now, let's go for it. Okay, so once again, this is the standard tuning method, just an alternate, way of doing this. If you don't quite want to go all the way down to the drop C, we can make it work in just higher voicings. Not a huge deal. It's up to you, your preference. So just to start here, that main riff, we can do it pretty simple here, just in a matter of 3 frets, a few strings. We'll hit the C note, all right, 3 on the A, and then we come up, hit the open D string there, a couple of those. All right, then we go 2 on the G, and then land on 1 of the D. And then we can just get right into the chorus. And with this one, we can't quite drop to that low C to the low D, but if we do like a really big sounding just power chord, I think it sounds just as good. And so what I'm talking about is initially we want a couple of those C power chords, or 2 or 3 of them. So we'll just make our usual C power chord 3A with the 5 on the D and G there. But if we also throw in that extra low G octave there, then we got double octaves going here, and it's just a way to make a power chord sound like even bigger. So instead of having just like the regular C, which sounds cool, it's fine, but especially when we're trying to compensate from not having like that lower drop C tuning, throwing in this low G with it sounds even bigger and nicer. All right, so just maybe a little trick there to kind of compensate for not having all that lowness in the power chord. But we'll just use those types of power chords here. And so we'll just strum it out here a few times. 3 on the E, 3A, 5 on the D and G. And they're kind of just pickup notes into the D power chord, which is, we're just going to use the same shape we have there, just bump it up 2 frets, all right? And we're going to throw in this low A with it. Okay, so we got our 5 on the A, and then 7s on the D and G, throw in the 5 on the E. And with this, we just hit it, and we just write out the rest of the measure there. And it's just a loose, kind of arbitrary shuffle strum. And after that, we kind of work our way back down. In between each power chord, we want to do a few strums of this big C power chord too. Okay, so. And that'll lead us back down to our F power chord. And with this, it's just kind of a lower set power chord. Not a big deal, not missing much here, so we just hang with this. We go 1 on the E with the 3 on the A and D, and then we just strum that out. And and we just keep that going, you know, the C to D, C to F. For the bridge section, nothing too crazy going on here. It's just kind of one chord, and we're just letting it ride. And nice to do like the bigger sounding power chord as well. This is actually be more like a suspended second, but it's got the power chord in there too. So basically what we want to do is we want to E flat sus2. So we're just doing the 6A, do the 8s on the D and G, and then we want the 6s on the B and E under it. But like I said, we can even throw in this extra low octave here, the B flat at that 6E. So just basically barring all the 6s and then just the two middle strings, the D and the G, do 8s. And we're just, you know, shuffle strumming that all the way throughout the whole thing. And at the very end of the song, as it's kind of, you know, fading out and all that jazz, we get this trippy sounding guitar there, and it's tuned even lower than the C, so it kind of makes that a pain in the butt if you're just doing the drop C even. But it's a, you know, we need basically a B flat note. So for our purposes here, we're just in standard, and we can get that pretty easy here. Just hit the 6 on the E, all right, and it's a couple of really high notes, and then it drops to the low notes. Basically the octave here at the high E, the B flat there at the 6, we just hit that, and then we'll hit the low B flat and just let them ring. All right, and as that low one's ringing, we just drop the high one to the 5, hit that, come back up to the low and do 2. And we just go back and forth between those. And we just go back and forth between those. And we just go back and forth between those. And we just go back and forth between those. And we just go back and forth between those. And we just go back and forth between those. And we just go back and forth between those. And we just go back and forth between those. And we just go back and forth between those. And we just go back and forth between those. And we just go back and forth between those. And we just go back and forth between those. And we just go back and forth between those. And we just go back and forth between those. And we just go back and forth between those. And we just go back and forth between those. And we just go back and forth between those. And we just go back and forth between those. And we just go back and forth between those. And we just go back and forth between those. And we just go back and forth between those. And we just go back and forth between those. And we just go back and forth between those. And we just go back and forth between those. And we just go back and forth between those. And we just go back and forth